You're listening right now, but you're already tired. Not tired from work. Not tired from effort. Tired from holding everyone else together. You're sitting there, phone in your hand. Another message, another voice note, another emotional emergency that somehow found you. You already know what they're going to say. You already know how it ends. You'll listen, you'll understand, you'll absorb it, and you'll tell yourself you're fine, because you're always fine. You notice it in small moments, when someone starts talking, and your chest tightens before they even finish the first sentence, when you say it's okay, automatically, even when it isn't, when you cancel your own plans without thinking, because someone else needs you more. You don't even remember choosing this, it just became normal. At first, it felt good, being needed, being trusted, being the safe place for everyone else's feelings. But slowly, quietly, something shifted. Now you wake up heavy. You feel drained before the day even starts. Your mind is crowded with problems that aren't yours. You replay conversations you didn't even start. You carry guilt that doesn't belong to you. You feel responsible for moods you didn't create. And the confusing part is this: these people aren't bad. They're not cruel. They're not evil. They're heartful, emotional, expressive. And somehow, that makes it harder. Because how do you protect yourself from people who don't mean harm? You tell yourself you're strong enough to handle it. You tell yourself this is just who you are. You tell yourself, I'll rest later. Later never comes. Every day repeats itself. You listen more than you speak. You give more than you receive. You explain yourself even when no explanation is needed. At first, it's confusing. Why do I feel empty when I'm surrounded by people? Then it becomes frustrating. Why am I always the one who understands, but never the one who's understood? And eventually, it turns into quiet regret. Regret for the thoughts you never explored. Regret for the boundaries you never set. Regret for the version of you that's slowly fading into the background. You don't feel lazy. You don't feel weak. You feel stuck. Stuck in a role you never officially accepted. Stuck being the emotional container for everyone else's chaos. Stuck choosing peace for others at the cost of war inside yourself. And here's the part you rarely admit. It's not even them. The real enemy doesn't shout. It whispers. Comfort tells you it's easier to stay quiet. Routine tells you this is just how life is. Distraction keeps you busy enough not to notice the damage. Delay promises you'll fix it tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes a habit. You're not failing. You're not incapable. You have potential. But your mind is unguarded. And this is where everything changes. Not because you suddenly feel motivated. Not because you watched the right video. But because you see the pattern. The problem was never your kindness. It was the absence of protection. Your mind is not designed to be an emotional landfill. It's not meant to process everyone else's unresolved pain. It's not meant to stay open 24/7. And protecting it doesn't make you cold. It makes you conscious. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself to do more. It's about deciding what you no longer allow. It's self-respect in action. It's control without aggression. It's power without noise. Discipline is freedom because it gives you choice. Choice to pause before you respond. Choice to step back without explaining yourself. Choice to say nothing when silence is healthier than understanding. When you protect your mind, you don't lose empathy. You stop letting it drain you. You realize something unsettling. Some people feel deeply, but they don't regulate deeply. And without boundaries, your mind pays the price for their lack of control. This isn't about cutting people off. It's about not letting their emotions dictate your inner state. You start to notice how calm feels unfamiliar at first. How silence feels awkward. How distance feels like guilt before it feels like peace. But slowly, clarity returns. Your thoughts get sharper. Your energy stops leaking. Your presence feels grounded again. You begin to recognize yourself. Not the version that's always available. Not the version that absorbs everything. But the version that chooses. And now you're standing at a quiet edge. Because once you see this, you can't unsee it. You can go back to being open without protection. or you can protect your mind and let some people misunderstand you. So, here's the question that stays with you after this ends. Will you keep sacrificing your inner peace to protect everyone else's feelings? Or will you finally protect the one place you have to live in for the rest of your life?